Hi everyone, today we're going to look at sentences and specifically sentence length and think about why do authors vary their sentence length and then bring that work to our writing. So today we want to be able to identify the different sentence types and be able to explain why authors vary their lengths. So we're just going to look at it in two categories pretty much, short sentences and long sentences. You can kind of define the two yourself. I would say short sentences is 6 words or less. If you go a little more than that or a little less than that, like 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, definitely all fall in the short sentence category. But I more want to think of the purpose of using the two. So short sentences, they're going to have more of an impact. They're going to be when you want to represent like something that's moving quickly or intense. You want to show a strong emotion like angry or show some urgency. The long sentences are kind of going to drag out a little bit more. They're slower, they're calmer, there's more thoughtfulness going on in them. So that's the first part, thinking about what ideas should be in there. So if we go through this list, like fast, intense, angry, urgent ones, these are the ones that are going to be in short sentences. Like if I'm late for the bus and I need to run and catch it, I want to see that in short sentences. But then if I'm riding in the car on a long trip, I might be more slow and calm and thoughtful. I'm thinking of like someone in the back seat kind of watching things roll by as you're driving down a long highway. There's a difference between those two, and our sentence lengths are going to help our reader to kind of feel that difference. The reader's going to feel the urgency if we have short sentences, they're going to feel the calmness if we have long sentences. So let's go through the rest of the list. Fast, quick, urgent ideas. Getting in line for recess. If you're frustrated at a sibling, you're told no when you want something. An angry dog is chasing you. That's the short. And then some of the long ones, watching a boring event, floating on a raft, staring at a campfire, painting your nails, reading a book. All these things we're going to describe with a little bit more detail. So the length also goes along with the detail. I want to give more description about it. My scene's going to move a little bit more slowly. So those are some examples of where you might apply these. So I want to look at some specific examples. I'm going to look at our changing a bunch of longer sentences or not short sentences into short sentences. So the original says, Jenna had to hurry because the bus was coming. She heard the wheels squealing and saw the bus coming down the street. She ran out the door and down the drive to catch only the stench of lingering exhaust fumes. So I've got 3 sentences in this first one, but we know that like this is one of those scenes, right? She's trying to catch a bus. She's probably a little bit panicked. I want my reader to feel panicked. Jenna had to hurry. The bus was coming. She heard its wheels squeal. She saw its yellow face. It turned down her street. She had no more time. She ran out the door and down the drive to catch only the stench of lingering exhaust fumes. So I have 7 there this time, and you can see it doesn't just have to be one short sentence. It can be a bunch of them together. It changes the pace at which I'm reading it. So if I look at it the other way now, this is one of those slower ideas. Tiffany felt lazy. She grabbed a book. She flopped on the couch. She read. Like that first one, the pace of that just doesn't work with the action that's happening. The second one, feeling lazy, Tiffany grabbed a book and flopped on the couch. Like the longer description, the longer sentence there, so I turned 4 sentences into 1 sentence, it goes a little bit better with that idea that I'm having there. So we're going to take a look at a bunch of sentences and see if we can categorize them. Our sentences 1 through 7. I'll just read each one out, but then I'll leave that for you guys to do on your own. Think about, should it go in a short sentence? Is it an idea with a lot of action? Or should it go in a long sentence as one that's a little more drawn out? So you might need to look back at some of our stories from this year to refresh yourself on these. But number 1 is Margot getting locked in a closet in All Summer in a Day. Should that idea go into a short or a series of short sentences or a long sentence? The second one, when the family is driving to see their son in cell 1. That's a story read maybe 3 weeks ago. Number 3, the woman hitting her husband in the head with the lamb in Lamb to the Slaughter. Number 4, Roger stealing Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones's purse. Number 5, the boy realizing that the animals are stuffed in The Landlady. Number 6, Tessie being stoned to death at the end of The Lottery. Or number 7, describing Margot's past when she lived on Earth. So you're going to put each of those either as a short or a long sentence based on what they are about. And then to do some practice with this, we're going to rewrite this paragraph and look for where is the moment in there where we want the most action. See if we can put a short sentence in there. So when you're thinking about like, okay, why am I doing this? What's my purpose? Because the goal here is that you're taking some of this short and long sentence work and bringing it back to your writing. When you're doing short sentences, you might want to create that choppy rhythm. You might want to grab the reader's attention. So you're thinking about, okay, why am I doing this here? This is a moment where things are moving fast. I want my reader to get drawn into here. I want them to feel that choppy rhythm. Or this is a scene where my character is hanging out in their room, or it's the first time describing my character, and I really want to give you a sense of who they are. So I'm going to have kind of long explanations in there. Or I might want to give you that sense of relaxation or flow or time dragging out. So my longer sentence is going to be able to do that. So those are kind of the two sides, the flips for each of them. So again, we're covering this goal. Today's assignment will actually have two parts because I can't put them both into one assignment. The part where you're practicing the skill and the part where you're doing it on your own work. So there will be a multiple choice part, which is this part, and then also check part B, which will be the going back, doing it to your work, and then submitting.